All right, testing 1 2 1 2. Welcome everyone to Smooth Sailing with AJ Sand, the soul for Generation X. We are here, we are back, and why? Oh, I messed that one up, man. Sorry, folks.
Don't worry about it.
Because it's more than radio, right? And whatever. We're back. Sorry, we're here. We're back. We're live. Having a great week. Glad to see you people here. Here to give you entertainment. We'll give you that ride home from 5 to 7. Mo Green is in the building here. Yeah, man, everything is everything. Our president, he's running a little late. That's why we finna do some changing him.
Where he at in Magallo? What Magallo? Where's Trump at? Where he at? Yeah.
Well, you know where he's at, whatever. He way over there, whatever, but he should be here soon. So we're gonna start it off or whatever with our weekends like we usually do. And Mo Green, how was your weekend, man?
Man, I can't remember my weekend.
I know I was right with you. Bro.
No, actually I didn't do too much nothing. I did went to work Saturday, watched the Bears yesterday, of course. Did little domestic, went grocery shopping, did some laundry, getting ready for the big move in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Yeah, big move, man. Yeah, congratulations, man.
Yes,
You're about to do it. Do your thing, man.
About to move to my place. So.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Because I know I spent part of the weekend with you, man.
Yeah. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. It's just what we do, man. Work and just chill out and just do our thing or whatever.
So how was your weekend,
man? Just like I said, man, just work today on my off day. Went home, took me a nice little power nap before I got here, man. And I feel good. I feel good or whatever, but the show must go on.
Oh, most definitely.
Like I said,
one young man don't stop no show.
Yeah. Like I said, he didn't already bullied himself in here or whatever. So we trying to get this election going for the new president of Smooth Sailing.
Yeah, the Black House.
Yeah, for the Black House.
And that'd be me.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Yeah, got to be some changes around.
Yeah, we got to be some change. Got to be on time.
Wholesale changes.
Right, we got to be on. We got to be on time. We got to, come in, be cheerful, stop being mean. But we all just joking. He's running late today or whatever. We gonna move on with the show. Before we start with this topic, we start with our topic, I'm just finna put it out here and I'm finna say it.
Wait a minute, hold on. What you about to say? VP, what's going on, man? I hear it in your voice.
You fans on social media about the Chicago Bears. Now look here. I am the biggest Bears fan that you could ever want to be. I mean, I was there. My first game had to be somewhere in 76, 77.
At Soldier Field?
Just watching it. Yeah.
Okay,
No, I'm just saying my first time watching or really just noticing a football game had to be 76, 77.
Okay.
I watched all teams from the Bears to the back then Steel Curtain, Cowboys,
Yep.
all Kansas City, all the teams or whatever. I've been a football fan for damn near all my life. And I'm the biggest Chicago Bear fan. But in the last 10 years, as a Bears fan,
2025, 15. Okay, go ahead.
Sometime after the Bears lost, well, I'm gonna put it like this: sometime when the Bears lost in the Super Bowl.
Against Indianapolis.
I had to stop being a Bears fan with my heart.
Why? Because of that game?
No, just because of what's going on in the organization and in football.
Got you. I got you.
Every time the Bears march on the field, I want to see them win. I want to see them win.
Okay.
But as the years going on, as I see other teams putting their teams together, and then we
coming, man. We coming.
We coming. We coming. I see that. We coming.
Okay.
But don't get mad when I can analyze other teams and can kind of look at our team, but on any given Sunday, they can win.
Almost definitely.
Most definitely. But my eyes and my mind tell me they're not going to win this game. I got so much flack about Sunday's game.
This past Sunday
against Baltimore. Oh, Jackson ain't playing, so we finna get in their tail. No. Number one, let's put this out there. They had injury. The Bears had injuries too, but they had enough. So they had enough to go out there and play. But even with Jackson not playing, they wasn't stopping their running back. And when our offense go 5 for 17 in the red zone, and 3 of them was field goals, winning.
Oh, don't worry about it. We go get into sports.
Yeah, we gonna get into it. I don't want to take sports thing away, but what I'm saying is, fans, we gonna cheer these Bears on. No one can tell me how to be a Bears fan because I was there when they was losing, to when they was winning, to when they was losing. And with the team they had from
now.
Yeah. And from the team they had from 80, at least from 84 to 91, in my perspective, poor management and all that stuff or whatever, we should have had more than one championship.
Of course.
I believe that. But I'm gonna take that one in 85 that I got to see, and which was the greatest team. I don't think nobody would have beat that team. But please, my predictions on what I see or whatever are my thoughts and what I see. Now, am I cheering for them to win? Yes.
Of course. Always.
Yes. But when you look at stats and seeing what's going on and all that stuff, it's not going to happen. And my prediction is still 1-4 in these next 5 games, or at best 2-3.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong,
well, you're already 1 for 1.
If I'm wrong, people, I can admit, okay, I was wrong. I didn't see that coming, and I can admit that. But this is what I see, and so far, I'm ahead of the game. All right, now we gonna talk about.
Well, I'll be damned. All right, somebody got under the fields. Hey, so I don't feel bad when I be going ahead on my ranch when I get these.
No, man, it's like look, we all have different opinions, man, and I can not agree with you, but I can still be good with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We shall see. That's all I can say. I'm not going to be like, this so-and-so is this, that, and the third. He don't know what he talking about. You got to have faith and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you have faith, but God also give you common sense.
Yeah.
But I'm going to cheer them on. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to cheer. I'm going to cuss. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be whatever it is or whatever. This is the way from now on, this is how I'm going to be a fan, because you see the same teams and different teams or whatever. If they're not winning the Super Bowl, they're at least at the cusp.
Yep.
They're peaking.
And I'm glad you brought that.
We ain't peaked in a long time.
No.
We ain't peaked in a long time. So, yeah, I'm tired of seeing that.
All right, just before we get on to the topic at hand, I just want to reiterate something that you said, pretty much the same that you said about the fans and the comments that they have during these games and during the NFL and NBA season on social media. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Year 3, Tyson Bagent will be our starter.
You know what? I'm almost there with you on that. I mean, real talk, I'm almost there. I am almost there with you on that or whatever, because we get into that in sports.
We'll get into sports.
We'll get into that in sports. Today we're going to talk about,
and why are we going to talk about it?
What, the Bears?
No, the topic.
Well, you know what? It was an interesting topic that our dear President AJ Sand brought up. And that may
apply to you, so I don't think you can partake in this.
No, I can't, but I see people that way. Uh,
Okay.
Number one, I'm sitting next to one.
Okay.
And and I see what people go through and all that stuff or whatever. So we're gonna say, it's why are you single? Why are you single? First of all, I'm gonna go, my friend Google.
Uh-oh.
My friend
Here
Google.
we go.
Hey, I'm just going at with the topic or whatever. And if and some of y'all in our listening world chime in.
Yeah, chime in.
Chime in. Let us know, or what do you think or whatever. Google says there is no single reason why anyone might be single.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
As it can stem from a variety of personal choices, life circumstances, or emotional factors.
I would agree 100%.
Yeah. Some are single by choice, forcing on personal growth, independence, and career goals, while others may be single because they are waiting for the right person, are not ready for a relationship, or working through past experience. Other common reasons include having unrealistic expectations, fear of commitment, or not having enough opportunities to meet new people. Now, I'm gonna take a page out your book. There are those reasons, rather, on here is true. And I've seen it through other people and through some choices or whatever before I got married. Okay. Some people, the unrealistic goal, the unrealistic expectations, that's the one I'm stuck on.
What you mean you stuck on that one?
Because I see, this is why one of the reasons why sometimes I say we got to stay off social media and this, that, and the third, because you see stuff or whatever, but it's so true. Men and women alike, they have this unrealistic expectations. And sometimes social media focuses on the women, which some women do have, it's unrealistic expectations, because people think that they're supposed to take care, but I don't think it's taking care of one. It's taking care of each other. You see what I'm saying? Not just, you got a woman, don't have anything, but expect someone else to have something. And vice versa, because you got some guys out here who living on off the woman and all that stuff or whatever. They want to sit around and play video games and smoke all day and everything's gonna be fine. No, it's not.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you at home and you're doing domestic things as far as cleaning up the house, cooking, running errands, if you will, Mr. Mom, nothing wrong with that.
I and that's fine, and vice versa too. I think it should be an equal value, or not so much as equal, but it's more so what can you bring to the table?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna give you my all, and all you doing is just want to be
the beneficiary.
Yeah, or like the women say now, whatever, they just want to sit around and be the bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna give you all this and that or whatever, and you can't bring nothing to the table. Now, and no relationship or no marriages is perfect or whatever and all that stuff or whatever, but I know, and to be honest with you, I know my wife, when she can, she pulls the load when I can't pull it.
And that's
and vice versa.
And that's the way it's supposed to be.
And that's the way it's supposed to be. And I do my best, and I do my damnedest to always pull my load and try to pick up the slack, and vice versa. And we still get into things or whatever and all that stuff. But that's A relationship.
That's in any relationship.
That's what any relationship. I mean, a relationship is a relationship. Like me and you, we have a friendship. That's a relationship.
Mhm.
If you can't pull a load and you my boy and I can't help you, what good? I mean, what can I do? I can only do what I can do within my power. The unexpected things is you want,
above and beyond,
and you want this, and you want all the Gucci bags, and you want this. I want to go on trips, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. But what have you done? I mean,
to deserve.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell? I mean, I remember a time from 2000. Was it? I want to say 2011, 12. Between 2012 and 2014 was a time, that period I wasn't working. I was in a car accident, messed my back up. I got some, court settlements, and unemployment, and this, that, and the third, or whatever. I still was pulling my load, and I was in the house all day. So with my wife at work, I did the domestic things. I took the boys to school. I helped them with their homework. I went grocery shopping, or we went grocery shopping together, or I tried to do the best I can at a certain point or whatever. When she was off, and I'm not expecting it every day or whatever. She does what she did, what she had to do for a few years when she was out with her injury. Okay. So being single with these high expectations, it was a joke where they said, I want a real man to take care of me, and the woman got the fake nails and the fake hair and the fake eyelashes and this, that, but you want a real man. What's the definition and what you think is fair and these unrealistic? What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, you have to understand who you're dealing with. True. And what I mean by that is, say, for instance, somebody you knew through work or whatever. It's a mutual attraction there. Y'all go out, y'all start dating. You have to find out where they're at in life. What are their plans for the next 3 to 5 years? That's where we go wrong at. And adults, and what I mean by adults, Gen X, us out here dating, for those who single. And the first thing they say is, I'm not going to waste time, this and that. I get all of that. So with that in mind, it's questions that needs to be asked. The reason why I'm single is for everything that you mentioned above. Foreseen circumstances that I have no control over. Yes, it was some mistakes that I made that I'm not saying that I'm paying the cost for now, but I'm learning from that mistake. And yes, it was a tremendous mistake. But I learned from it, and I'm working to correct it. But in any relationship, like I stated earlier, you have to know who you're dealing with.
Right, exactly.
Unrealistic expectations. You're going to get advice from everybody. Married people, unmarried people, male, females. But what works for you and Karen relationship may not work for me and my significant other relationship.
Exactly.
And that's what we have to keep in mind.
Exactly.
When unrealistic expectations come into play is a 4 source of income house versus 2. Well, they get to do such and such. Why can't we? Because we're not in the same boat. It's very hard to date now at 53, Generation X, because like you said, a lot of us are set in our ways.
Very much so.
And what I'm seeing, we're not giving in. What I mean by not giving in, you're not trying to come to a mutual understanding, if you will, between two parties involved.
True.
And I hear it a lot on social media. We see it a lot. We hear it a lot. But it's a lot to go into being single Am I single by choice? Yes. Because this time I'm working on myself. And before you can try to be with anybody, you have to understand who you are as an individual, know your likes, dislikes, what the word nowadays is trigger, what words trigger you, what things trigger you. So, I mean, it's just very hard in dating, but if you don't know who you are, then you will not be no good to anybody else.
Yeah, I agree with that because, you know, that goes on where the next subject, where it says working through past experiences.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
People in relationships or whatever, and you know, just put it out there. You know, you have abusers and people who talk and this, that, and the third, or people who not faithful and this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people they don't want to go through that headache, and they like, well, you know, I need to work on myself before I, you know, can trust somebody else or whatever. You know, I need to be by myself. I need to. I don't want to get hurt no more, so I don't want to be bothered at. That's gonna make you one or two ways. That's gonna make you promiscuous, or that's gonna make you shut down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way I see it, you know, because I've seen people out here like, well, you know what, I ain't gonna just have one, men and women.
Oh yeah.
You know, that I'm gonna have my options. You know,
been there, done that.
Yeah, been there, done that. And then you have the people who was just hurt so bad,
Yeah.
where they just shut it down.
And them are the ones, men and women. Like I said, we're not just targeting the women because men as well. And them are the ones that I'm not gonna say I feel sorry for, but I just wish and I hope that they change their stance on that. Because this is me. I was married before. I would love to get married again. Now I'm way wiser. I know what's at stake and I know what's important. And I don't get caught up on, they say wasted time and this and that, so forth and so on. Because as a matter of fact, just today we was talking with our coworkers and they made a statement and they had said that, you know, timing is everything. We want to rush things, or I want her to do this, but you are where you need to be.
At the point in time, I totally agree.
At the point in time. I mean, I really didn't understand that. But like I said, once you find your peace, you discover what peace is, you discover a lot about yourself and a lot of things that's out in the universe that's very beneficial to you. So, yeah, but what you had mentioned before about past experiences.
Well, yeah, and personal, and well, here's some of the personal and emotional reasons. Choosing to be single, some people are very happy of being single and don't feel the need for a relationship to be fulfilled. They may be enjoying their independence, focusing on their personal growth, or spending time on their passions. And I mean, it's not bad, you know. No, that's fine.
That's what everybody do.
That's fine. Everybody should, even if you're in a relationship, you should be doing whatever if you like to cook. Do your thing. If you like to paint. If you're a musician, play. If you sing.
Yeah.
You know, you working on that. But if you doing this and being single and you know this is not you know, going to help somebody else, or you think it's not going to help you, then yeah, do what you do.
Right.
Not being ready, a person might not be ready for a relationship due to not being over the past one, parasitizing, other areas of life such as education or career, or simply not having desire at that moment.
Yeah.
That happens. That happens. You might not have no desire. You know, I remember when I was single or whatever, one girl told me or whatever, what's wrong with you? You gay? All this sitting over here. You want? I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple of times.
I don't want to be bothered. I mean, you know, and then when you get pushy, I definitely don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, that's definitely a turnover.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be bothered. Past experience, previous negative experience, or past trauma can lead to trust issues or fear of commitment, making it difficult to form a new connection. Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes one person is so bad that you cannot even connect with anybody else. I've seen that. Or you just don't want to take that chance.
Yeah.
You just don't want to take the chance.
Yeah, being hurt again.
Because it's crazy. Okay. Fear of commitment, intimacy, or losing independence can cause someone to push others away.
Yeah.
That is such a true statement because some people,
that's in the top 3 for me.
Yeah.
That's in the top
some
3.
people, and if they honest about it, some people just don't want their independence gone. Because when you are in a marriage or a relationship that is supposed to be some type of compromising or compromission.
And this is just my take on this. And I was saying this since my early 30s. People who say they love their independence, I'm not going to say are very selfish, but they're selfish to a certain degree. Because you being independent, you can be independent, but you and I, like I said, we have a relationship, you and I can work together as a team. Just like in the profession that we're in, you in maintenance and I'm in floor tech. You see what I'm saying? But we can work together.
Most definitely.
In different entities.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I mean, that's the same thing, like I said, in a relationship, man or woman, whatever type of relationship you in.
Yeah, that's some true, like we said, once again, here it pops up again, unrealistic expectations. Setting the bar too high based on idolized portrayals of relationships can lead to rejecting good potential partners. And I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen where you see a dude in the streets doing their thing, but there's one real dude like you, and he could be working at Burger King. Oh man, he working at Burger King.
Right, won't give him the time of day.
Yeah, won't give him a time of day. But that might be the one that do what you need. You know, or we said like setting this bar too high. I always thought television, other people's relationships and all that stuff is a bad way to go into your relationship. Because you just never know. You know, I've seen people, I don't know, you look at people with these big old houses and nice cars and fancy clothes or whatever, and then they go in their house and close their door eating peanut butter and crackers. I don't know. I'm just saying. But you know, I got my nice little modest car that's paid for, and I'm getting up making my little money, and I know I can go in there, at least I can put a hamburger on the grill or put a burger in the oven. Hell, if it's just a hot dog or if I got a steak or whatever, it might not be no tomahawk, but you know, I might have me a nice little T-bone in there, you know, get to enjoy yourself. And, you know, doing all these unrealistic things or whatever, you know, I saw something one time where they was a married couple and together combined, I think they made like $400,000 a year, but then they go buy a $300,000 house. Yeah, that's you know why.
That's them. I mean,
why? But they were struggling.
But that's what they want. That's their struggle.
And you don't know that's their struggle.
And that's what make the world go round. That's why I love people.
Right. Low self-esteem can lead to self-sabotaging behaviors or a belief that one is not worthy of a good relationship.
I'm guilty of that. I was at one point in time. Yeah.
Explain that. I mean, because now I guess you know me.
Read it again and I'm explaining it to you.
Okay. It says low self-esteem can lead to self-sabotaging behaviors or a belief that one is not worthy of a good relationship.
Okay. Prime example. Like I said, me growing up, I was dark skin. At the time, I didn't understand what it was. Portly. Come to find out it was fat.
Yeah.
So growing up in a grammar school, I was portly. Then, like I said, once I 5th, 6th grade, that's when I transitioned to become an athlete, start playing sports. And even with that, I still wasn't popular with the ladies. I had a couple of girlfriends, here and there. But like I said, it wasn't until 7th grade. It was a young lady named Tyra.
Mm-hmm.
And she was light skinned. So, back then I was like,
oh yeah, we was doomed. We was doomed.
Yeah, so
nappy head,
yeah,
dark skin.
yeah,
we was doomed.
Yeah. So for her, then she was the captain of the cheerleading team. So yeah, so that's when I kind of, my persona, took off that you see before you now. But like I said before, my self-esteem was low. And like I said, that was because, like I said, back then when I was growing up, I was dark skinned, I was hairy, then back then the light skin, I would be short guys.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
So like I said, I just had at that point in time, and like I said, that was early on in grammar school, but ever since then, no, my esteem, it hasn't been low, but at times as I got older, I did doubt myself.
Mm-hmm.
Once my marriage ended and tried to get back out there in the dating pool. It wasn't what I thought it was capped up to be. But like I said, it was a lesson well learned. Like I said, things happen for a reason. I'm at where I'm at now. But most definitely, I will get married again. I'm not gonna say I'm determined. If it's God's will, then yes, I would like to get married again.
You know what? Growing up, I've never been.
You've been
the
big
cats,
all your life,
yeah, but I've never been the cat's meow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't, and I think I've said this before. Now I've never had low self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because especially when I was young, I just didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be who I am. But especially growing up, I think at 6 years old, I had my first kiss. Then after that, after that, I wasn't being hounded down and all that stuff or whatever. Hell, I think I said it before. I think I stayed a virgin until I was 17, which, it's like people be like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, I did. And even then they wasn't knocking down my door. I think after my relationship with my daughter's mother, after that ended, I think more so now after then, when I got into my 20s, I was still growing, being 13, 14, 15 and being almost 6 feet tall at 13 or whatever and all that stuff. I was awkward. I was the Choco Blitz, I was this, the nappy head kid. I'm just saying, they'd see me, but then they didn't start noticing me till like after high school. Now I'm going to get my own haircut, to get my hot top fades, and I'm dressing myself and all that stuff or whatever. And now they coming out the woodworks. Now in the 90s, that's when Michael Jordan made dark skin look good.
Yeah.
Or Martin Lawrence made dark skin look good because, Pretty Ricky, all the now. And then when I started losing my hair, now it's a thing now, whatever. So I've never had that low self-esteem, but I never had them really knocking down my door. And then at one point I didn't care. It's like, because I was living my life. Hell, I was still a kid I'm 15, 16 years old, still watching cartoons, which I'm 54 right now. I'm doing it now. Still collecting my collectible toys and stuff like that or whatever. But I've seen the low self-esteem where some people, now I tell you one thing, I did, and it pissed me off. I never forget it, where I did think that I was a person that I was trying to talk to or whatever. And I didn't think I was worthy.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't make me mad. What made me mad was she told me, you ain't worth my time. Man. You ain't got to.
They say the truth hurts.
I had to look at it. I was like, you don't know what I got because you assuming. Because I ain't got this and I ain't got that or whatever. You don't know what I can do. And you're right, maybe truth hurts or whatever and all that stuff. But my thing is like, the one you reject would probably be the one that end up you'll need. And then come turn around, you needed me after a while. So now I'm in control. And when I was younger, I told you kick rocks. I ain't doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I told you kick rocks. Oh, you need my help now, but you told me I was this and unworthy of you or whatever. That's when I think then I learned that no one is better than no one else.
Mhm.
So that's probably where my esteem, if it was low or mid range, it's sky high now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's sky high now because it's like, whatever I do. Well, okay, what can you do? Reflect honestly. Try to understand your own motivation and identify what might be holding you back from a relationship, whether it's personal choice or something you want to change. Yeah. You shouldn't be forced in a relationship.
Mm-mm.
You should be ready for it.
Yeah.
When you're ready for it. But also don't think that you can't have this person because you of this, that, and the third. Because maybe
that's and early on in our life, I'm sure everybody has some low self-esteem point in their life.
Yeah.
And if they did, they lying to you.
Yeah.
So understanding that, and I mean, we working to, like I said, it starts with you, the individual. You have to learn who you are, and you don't understand that until you start getting older. So a lot of times, these early relationships, trial and tribulation, especially these high school sweethearts, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
The high school sweethearts where they get together, they've been together 15, 20 years, then they get 45, 50, then they start going their separate ways because we all get comfortable. And I learned that in relationship, yes, you have to keep it fresh. Just as they say, it's an old cliche, but what you did to get them, you have to continue doing that.
Yeah.
And build on that.
Yeah. Try to build on that. Because like I said, every relationship ain't perfect. You have your ups and you have your downs. You have your ins and you have your outs. Right. I remember my dad used to say, when the money's funny, boy, and so true. Right. It's so true. Also, he said, focus on yourself. Use this time. If you're single, use this time for personal growth. Develop your interests and build your self-esteem. A strong sense of self is important for any relationship.
Yeah.
And I do believe that, because if you have the confidence in yourself, you have a confidence to be in a relationship to help build it.
Yeah.
Not build it by yourself, but try to help build it. You can't be, well, no, I never done this and I never done that. And,
or
sometimes
too independent to where you don't want the help.
Yeah, exactly, where you don't want the help. And I used to be like that, be like, no, I'm good. I'll make it and all that stuff or whatever until, some people's like, boy, take this blessing and keep moving.
Right.
I didn't ask you for it. This is something to help you. And also create opportunities, be proactive in meeting new people. This can involve joining new clubs, trying new hobbies, or using dating apps more strategically. Yeah.
That's for the newer generation.
I never had no problem asking a person out, because I always feel like the worst thing you can say to me is no.
No, right.
That's the worst thing.
Well, that was my big drawback when I was early. My early years of dating, like you said, being told no, and that's when we feel, I'm not good enough, stuff like that. But that stopped after 15 years of age.
Okay, exactly. All right, then. Well, we're finna take us a little commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna get into some more of this topic. We're gonna get into some sports and the weather. So 1, 2, 3.
It's more than radio,
because
we podcasting.
Be right back.
Yeah, I kind of do miss those too, but then again, not really, because I felt like I was drowning whenever the fire hydrants would come on. It's like I enjoyed it, but didn't really.
It was still good fun.
It was good fun.
Like now, like my block be dead. Like I don't know. I'm like, where the kids at? And the kids, they in the house.
You know what, mad too. Like when you come over my house, you like Melly. Like, yeah, it's always quiet over here. When I come over your house, like, Ash, where everybody at?
Kids in the house on the game system.
On the game system.
We was outside. We couldn't even come inside for water. We had to go get on the hose, get the hose around the corner.
Oh no, like I really enjoyed growing up in Chicago, like it was dangerous when we was growing up too.
Mm-hmm.
But our parents still let us outside, ride our bikes.
Yeah.
We still skate around the neighborhood, go to the park,
Yeah.
and do God's know what. But just know you had. For me, my curfew was don't They weren't even the street lights. Don't let that darkness beat you home. So you got to be here before you got home. Like before it got dark, you had to be in the house.
Yeah.
So I don't know what time that was back then. Like I was a kid. As long as the darkness don't beat you home, I had to be home. I guess at sunset. The older people would call it that. So.
Sunset. Mm-hmm.
Giffy, what's poppin', kid? How you feeling? What's going on? JoJo Dancers also checking.
Run it up, 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 run it up. Shit like a cemetery, I got dead guys in my pocket. I feel a cemetery with dead guys with his rocket. He got his money up and now his bread high, he can't stop it. He got his money up and now his bread high, he can't stop it. Run it up. I want a phantom so I can go ghost on my enemies. No, I'm a gangster, so I don't let them test my energy. Hey, but if I block out, I'm taking some shots, ain't no Hennessy. Hey, you only here to leech off me until you befriending me. Hey, chasing the check, money, power, respect, yeah, I know they gon' feel me. Hey, I see it clearly when they try to hate the whole time, niggas feel me. Hey, if you was focused on chasing them Benjis, them hundreds and fifties, you see so many, we stacking up plenty, they hating the envy would all fall down. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Run it up, 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 run it up. Shit like a cemetery, I got dead guys in my pocket. I feel a cemetery with dead guys with his rocket. He got his money up and now his bread high, he can't stop it. He got his money up and now his bread high, he can't stop it. Run it up. Hey, shit got Chanel and he fuck with the welly, tell him ain't no letting up. Hey, money the mission, I dance on my way to the bank like it's step it up. Hey, run up that relish just like it's a fetish, tell them ain't no catching up. Whoa, I know some niggas that spin you like rubies for soak cause they wet them up. Hey, back in high school, hungry niggas that stay with a knife. Homie that left out the class straight A's and go home like Mike Tyson and beat up the block. Just like a guard on a go high, give out a sister translation, he dishing the rock. It ain't no stopping this shit, gon' keep popping, we stacking this money till we hit the top. Run it up, 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 run it up.
Soft ass shit. Oh shit, we got dead here.
I'll be giving me permission to be rancid.
That's how I got that heat.
She shaking it, that a nigga, I prefer that rep cider. Ain't no baby, but no baby, like a swallow at the bottom. Good finding, he lit like money, I guess I hit the lotto. King of flexing with finesse and Ferris boy, shit with Chicago. She shaking it, that a nigga, I prefer that rep cider. Ain't no baby, but no baby, like a swallow at the bottom. Good finding, he lit like money, I guess I hit the lotto. King of flexing with finesse and Ferris boy, shit with Chicago. Treat my boss like y'all can coke, I get that one line and I'm taking off. Lose one bitch and get another Mariah Carey, shake it out. I show up with my go hard and she proceed to top me off. Treat it like a BBL, give her time, she makes sounds. Get a grip, like mushrooms, we taking trips. Real smokers know that 3-5 ain't enough, so get a still. Ain't no booty shorts, so all I see is booty cheeks. Come out and face cop valid, and she got some pretty feet. And Rosetta type is cold. Shout out to my bros, yeah, you know we keep that bold, but we focused on our blackest bro type, that old type. We everywhere, we gon' take them to the low type. She shaking it, that a nigga, I prefer that rep cider. Ain't no baby, but no baby, like the swallow at the bottom. Find it, he lit like money, I guess I hit the lotto. He go flexing with finesse and Paris boy, shit in Chicago. She shaking it, that a nigga, I prefer that rep cider. Ain't no baby, but no baby, like the swallow at the bottom. Find it, he lit like money, I guess I hit the lotto. He go flexing with finesse and Paris boy, shit in Chicago.
Oh, what time you go to commercial, boy? We on that motherfucker 40 minutes. I say, God damn.
Holy shit.
What's that?
Just got this from Michelle in the laundry room. Hey, Ron, right now, I got.
Are you ready to take your sound to the next level? Critical Diverse Production Studios welcomes you, the ultimate hub for artists and creators. Book your slot on the Booksy app or call 219-750-911.
1-800-TURFED UP. I am your host, Chopdopoulos. And now, Ace of Ron. You already know the name. It's Ace of Ron, baby. From state to state, it's still the same. Ain't nothing changed, baby. I'm about my dog. Got no time for you. I'm a player, respect the game. I'm only with the finest, neck full of diamonds. I be in them banks, y'all be in them comments. Y'all be on the internet, and I ain't into that. Said she miss me and she wanna see me, well, send a jet. You picking up what I'm putting down? Dancing that like I'm Chris Brown. You know that liquor make me act a fool. She say I'm acting rude, but you and you can meet me on the rooftop. And we gon' have a good time. We gon' mix that liquor, we gon' party, girl, like it's 1999. Other friend wanna slide, told her come through. Said she seen me outside on my 1-2. Now them shots are settling in. Me chopping E at it again. You already know the name. Yeah. From state to state, it's still the same. I don't got no time for you. I'm a player, respect the game.
Well, I'm a little easy, got the Lord. You may have a lot of, but I got much more. I keep it play though. I'm about my cheese, and hell nah, you can't hit my. Pops was the blueprint. Talk a lot of see me and don't do. It's a rhyme on the West Coast, East Side. You know we got the best smoke. Bomb, then palm trees. Push to start. Nah, no car keys. You ride with a prince. Fishbowl, we don't need no tent. Yeah, jumping like double dutch. Baby, this your chance. Don't fuck it up. All rides got switches. Stick tonight. Come on.
You already know the name. Yeah. From state to state, it's still the same.
It's easy, right?
Got no time for you.
Not a second.
I'm a player, respect the game.
Respect this. Come on. Shot down. Confidence. It's just some true players. Easy.
Welcome back to Smooth Sailing, the show for Generation X, where it's what, my friend?
More than radio.
Because we podcast. Tonight's show is brought to you by Nancy's Home Care, helping people change lives or touching lives. Go to www.nancyshomecare.com, or you can give her a call at 773-819-6821. I'm sorry, at 773-819-6821.
There you go. Good recovery.
There you go. Tonight, weather is brought to you by MHAI. Today's weather, man, we've been getting seasonable weather, man. Today's high was 57, low of 46. Tomorrow will be a high of 59, low of 45. Wednesday will be a little windy, low 45, high 55. Same Thursday, Friday. We in the seasonable weather with Halloween, which would be a good day for our little trick-or-treaters out here to go out there. It'd be 55 degrees or whatever. And Saturday will be 49 and Sunday. Also a reminder, this weekend, turn your clocks back.
Oh, yeah.
We fall back this weekend. So fall back. We're going to have less sun, more darkness. That means we're going to get a little chilly. Also, I want to shout out to our people out there in Jamaica, man. Y'all hold strong or whatever, because y'all got this big storm coming in there, man. Just hanker in there and hold down or whatever. Everything's going to be all right. Everything is in God's plan. Everything that will happen. Just stay safe or whatever. So right now, sports with Mo Green. I like it. So quiet when they do it. Easy. Whatever. Sports, More Green. Let's go, man.
All right, we're going to start off in the NFL. We're going to get this out the way. Monday Night Football tonight. We got Washington at Kansas City. Jaden Daniels is out once again, and we know that the odds are in their favor. But we know with Kansas City, with the refs in their back pockets, you know they're going to come out with the victory. So I'm going to leave it at that. To all you Kansas City Chiefs fans, I'm not going to get slack on social media, but hey, I don't care. So now, we're going to talk about 4 games in particular. Well, actually, if we're going to talk about 5. 4 in particular, then we're going to talk about our beloved Chicago Bears. The first game I want to talk about in the NFL yesterday was between the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm going to give them a hand clap for that.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give them that.
I started this off because that was the first victory of the season, and hats off to Mr. Justin Fields. Who, if anybody who knows anything about sports, if you watched the sports this past week, he had a somewhat of a turbulent week. The owner came out and said that his passer rating was that of a PJ scorecard.
Exactly.
Which I think was racial, but hey, that's just me because I'm black and Justin Fields is black and the owner is white. So hey, take it for what it's worth. But hey, I'm glad he came out on top and they won. They got their first victory of the season. And for that, with that victory, that put them on the season 1-7. Now, the reason why I'm interested about this game, because it is our next game the Bears play will be at Cincinnati, and it's against 58-year-old Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. He's not that old, but he's
41, close enough.
He's up there. And he's still balling at the age of 41. I think it's going to be a close game. And Dre, you called it yesterday. You said the Bears are going to lose that game. That's why I'm not a betting man. That's why I'm sitting here with Smooth Selling AJ Sandstone. So now, we're going to talk about the other game. I got to take my hat off for this. To all my beloved Dallas Cowboy fans, I know y'all mad as hell that Jerry Jones got rid of Michael Parsons, and that was the end of y'all season. I didn't think Denver really playing as good, but with that victory yesterday by 20 points, that put them 6-2 on the season. And yesterday, even though they was at home, they put a whooping on Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Dallas 44-24. And with that loss, that put Dallas season record 3-4-1.
Mm-hmm.
The last two games I want to talk about before I get to our Bears, it was a toss-up which one I wanted to go to next. But I'm going to talk about this Tennessee and Indianapolis game.
Man.
The reason why I want to talk about this game is because Mr. Daniel Jones.
Man.
He signed an unbelievable contract with the New York Giants in less than, I think, a year or a year later, they got rid of him. They thought his career was over, but that man went to Indianapolis. He rolled that coat, and he is taking them to the pasture.
Mm-hmm.
With that win yesterday, that put them on the season 7-1.
7-1, unheard of.
Never would have thought that from the coach.
Didn't see that coming.
And with the loss, that put Tennessee at 1-7.
Mm.
Now, the last game I want to talk about, it was the Sunday night football game between the Green Bay Packers and Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
It was a close game in the first half, but the second half, Green Bay put it on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh wound up losing by 10 points, 35-25.
Mm-hmm.
With that victory yesterday, that put Green Bay record at 5-1-1 on the season, and with that loss, that put Pittsburgh at 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to talk about the Chicago Bears. With that loss yesterday, that put their season at 4-3, and I still say they're going to get 9 victories. So come on, Chicago, we only need 5 victories, and hey, we may be all right. Mm-hmm. But they lost to the lowly Baltimore Ravens,
mm-hmm.
who they played without their star quarterback MVP Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to admit when Dre is wrong. I mean, when Dre is right, but he was right. He sure enough called it. Yeah, they lost. What was the damn score? What the hell was it?
33-16 or
something like that. Yeah, I couldn't even put down the score. My fault, y'all. That's how bad it was. But anyway, I want to talk about the offensive defense.
Mm.
During the 4-game winning streak, we all saw that it was the defense who was winning these games.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears have many takeaways in these, 4-3 in these 7 games they had in the whole season of last year. So the defense is holding their own to a certain degree. They're ranked in the top 5 in the defense, but they're giving up the most yards per play at 6.3.
That's a lot.
That's not a winning record. So now I'm going to give you the stats from the offense. Listen to these numbers. Caleb Williams had 285 yards passing. Our running backs, well, I'm not going to say running back, but rushing, we had 96 yards. And Mr. VP, at them 96 yards, 24 came by way of our quarterback. So that's not saying good. 72 yards for our running, it ain't looking too good. Now the punting, was good as always. He had 2 for 108. His longest was 65 with an average of 54. Now, this is where it gets good. Because just like I said, the Bears defense was carrying them during this 4-game winning streak. But they didn't have any takeaways yesterday.
No.
This is the numbers from yesterday. They had 73 tackles, 2 sacks, 4 tackle for losses, 1 pass defended, and 3 QB hits. I've been saying all along, anybody who also follow me on social media, I've been saying our front 4 is horrible.
It was either
no pressure whatsoever.
Good blocking or bad defense.
Yes.
I'm going with the latter.
So now, like I said, the defense was tired. They've been carrying this offense and carrying this team, and the offense had to show through. And like I said, a lot of experts, and so did I, thought this would be the game where they at least get 30-some points. But that wasn't the case. So now we're going to turn our attention to the offense. With offense, the 3rd down efficiency was 6 for 13. Fourth down efficiency, 0 for 1. Penalties, 11 for 79. The Bears are ranked number 2 in the season as far as penalties. The red zone, once again, we was 1-3. Goal-to-goal efficiency, we're 1 for 3. Time of possession was 29 minutes and 30 seconds. Time of possession for Baltimore was 30 minutes and 30 seconds. So we're pretty much even in time of possession, but they scored way more in the red zone.
It was
and that's
more
where we
efficient.
lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
So now, before we get to talking about the Bears, we're going to turn our attention to the NDA.
And what does that stand for, my friend? No Defense Association.
So now it's 11 games in association tonight. One game in particular that I'm waiting to see is the Atlanta Hawks and our beloved Chicago Bulls. On the season, they are 2-0.
I'm about to give him a hand. Oh, hand clap for that. I'm about to give him a hand clap for that. Are you baby Bulls? I don't know. Maybe they're not playing nobody right now, but they
Actually, because they won a first game that was at home against Detroit. They run on the road at Orlando.
Yeah.
That was Saturday, 110-98.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're gonna turn our attention to the scandal that's rocking the NBA. This betting scandal. As we all know, Thursday it was three former players and all three former players. One coach was Mr. Chauncey Billups from the Portland Trail Blazers. The other one was Mr. Terry Rozier from the Miami Heat, and the other one was Mr. Damon Jones. Now, what I find funny is just the same thing like these ICE agents here in Chicago. Every time you hear something where there's an arrest or something is going on, what's the main thing you hear? That the person that they shot, that whatever they did was try to arrest, they tried to ram their car. I don't think that's the case, but hey, it is what it is. Just like in the betting scandal, all I keep hearing about is mafia back, the mafia did this, the mafia did that. But all I'm seeing is black people being arrested. Where are the mafias? I know they got money, I know their money is long, but hey, all I'm saying is black people coming across that. That's all I got to say. So now we're going to turn our attention to the baseball diamond where the World Series is tied up 1-1. Where you got the Toronto Blue Jays that are traveling to LA to take on the Dodgers. And tonight it's a 7 p.m. start. Going for Toronto, it is Max Scherzer. And for LA, it is Tyler Glasnow. That's all I have to say in sports. Drake, you have anything you want to say about our Chicago Bears?
Like I said, I'm a Bears fan, true and true, but I'm looking at these games and I don't.
Okay, what's your prediction for Cincinnati? What you say about Cincinnati?
That was my one victory.
Oh, okay.
That was really my one victory. Yesterday was a maybe.
Yeah,
but
I thought it was for sure. But
I thought it was a maybe. The way Cincinnati now is playing, I don't know.
I think that's gonna be a loss.
I'm back at maybe. I'm on amended because Pittsburgh, which you brought up, they both kind of played an even game at one point, but now this is showing where the youth come in, where Green Bay more youthful.
Right.
And they had more stamina and outlasted them. But still, Aaron Rodgers is one of the smartest quarterbacks out here or whatever. So like I said, I don't know, man. So let me be a fan. I'm rooting for him, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Let's stop living in this instant world where, instead of having instant coffee, won't you brew you a cup of coffee? Let's wait to see what this talent develops. Rome wasn't built in a day. Now I'm not even looking for championships right now. I'm just looking for being competitive. That's what I'm looking for. These baby Bulls, I don't see them winning no championship or whatever, unless the whole team, the whole NBA just falls short. But they showing me something that I haven't seen since Derrick Rose and all that is they're competing.
Yeah.
And I did see that at the end of the season last year. I saw them competing. So I give them a chance. I still talk about them because when you start going up against these upper teams like the Lakers, even though they're not in our conference or whatever, you got Lakers, Golden State, which they are experienced teams or whatever, they can win. And, I think they're doing like the Lakers. I think they're doing better with LeBron sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
When we start playing these teams that's been there and it's been winning and, this new NBA, y'all like this 3-point shot and this, that, and the third, no defense and this, hey, it is what it is. But they're competing. I'm going to give them that.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good.
27 victories.
I'm going to mend my 14. I ain't going as high as you, but I'm going to say 20.
No, they get 27.
I'm going to say 20. And then they might shock me again and make the play-in tournament again. They might shock me because the way it goes or whatever, you can have a 30 and whatever record and still make the playoffs now or whatever. So, it is what it is. But, good job with the sports, man.
Appreciate it.
Keeping us in line. Also, Miss Katrina Wright. Hey, fellas. Hey.
Hey, Katrina.
Hey, Miss Erica. Battle of the Sexes. She's one of our faithful.
Always.
One of our faithful listeners. Once again, tonight's show is brought to you by Nancy's Home Care, helping people, touching lives. Go to www.nancysHomeCare.com or contact her at 773-819-6821. Back to this Battle of the Sexes, man. Or why are you single? You want my personal opinion on it? And I've been waiting to get my personal opinion. Most people are single because they want to be.
Of course.
They want to be. And there's so many ways you can go with because they want to be. They want to be because some people are just too stubborn to change their ways. And if it can't go this way, they don't want to be bothered with it.
Exactly.
Which is unfair. Just because you amend your ways or whatever, you don't lose yourself. You know what I'm saying? A rule of thumb growing up, when I was growing up in my mom's house, and it's, you know, when you were a kid, you just do what you told. Most people don't believe in that now, but I think that saved my life.
Yeah.
Now, when I got a certain age where I can debate with my mom, now I can debate. And I kind of live like that. My answer is still no, but now persuade me why I should change it. So in relationships, I think it's more of a persuasion where, you know, some compromising is okay. Some people look at it like this. You watch something on TV, you just watch something together. I'm going to say depending on what it is. If it's something with me too this or too sappy or too whatever, and I can't deal with it. If it's too much drama in it and all that stuff, that's one thing of television. I don't like drama-filled TV shows, messy or whatever, unless it's a comedy where you know it's not real or whatever. Right. I'm talking about, you know, these Tyler Perry, where, you know, everybody's sleeping with a soap opera. Let's put it like that, a soap opera. I don't want to be bothered. I'm going to go in the other room and watch Batman. Sorry. I'm going to go do that or whatever. But if it's something like, you know, hey, yeah, okay, let's watch this. All right, let's see. Because some programs I'm watching, I'm like, oh, it wasn't that bad. You know, okay, I can do that. Compromisions on okay, I cook today and tomorrow, maybe you can cook tonight, this, or we wash the dishes together, compromising. Even, you know, you got to compromise on the money, but you got to give me a real good reason for that. Because if I think it's BS, no. No. Now, if it's going to better or something or whatever, or better the environment where we at or whatever, okay, we can do that, you know, or something. But if you talking about going on some trip that we really don't need to go on, you know, no, we stay here, you know.
Well, then see that goes back into what we're saying. You got to give and take, Dre.
Yeah. And I'm noticing more and older I'm getting. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Yeah,
I'm seeing it. But is there? How can I say it? Is there a way where it's going over the line? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Where it's getting to be too much. You know.
Yeah.
My thing is I can, you know, I don't have to go to these exotic places. It'd be nice, but I don't have to go. We can have what we call a staycation. I ain't even saying staying in the house. Let's go downtown. I'd rather catch the train. You know, let's go somewhere within 2 hours or something like that. Because I'm gonna tell you, growing up and number one, I'm let me tell you this. Growing up here in Chicago, I think we got the beautifulest city we'd ever.
I would agree.
But I am tired of it. You know, and it's more so of the I mean, it's crookedness everywhere, whatever. What I'm really tired of is the winters. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. But we have the most beautiful cities, and within the tri-state area, within 2.5 hour drive in Illinois, there are a lot of nice places.
Oh yeah.
to go to.
Oh yeah.
You know, and feel you don't have to travel far. Well, my last trip that we went to North Carolina, you know, and I've been there a whole bunch of times, but I think this last one was the best one because we was nowhere in the quiet. That was cool. What do you think about compromising?
Well, I'm big on it. If you're willing to be with that person.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by willing to be with that person, you know, within 3 to 6 months of exclusively dating a person, how far you're going to go in that relationship. And after that, that's when the compromise start coming in. But you don't compromise too much to where you're giving in to either significant other. I'm not speaking on a man or a woman, because like you said, you can get to the point where you just giving in so much to where you losing yourself. And that's where a lot of us go wrong, because we want to try and please the other person so much to where we lose sight of who we are as an individual.
Okay, then here's another thing. Not prioritizing dating. Some people simply do not make dating a high priority in their lives. They may prefer to focus on friendship, families, and hobbies. I mean, you know, what's a hobby? I mean, everybody has hobbies, but I don't think I need to go get a hobby to go meet people. You know what I'm saying? But some people rather, you know, I guess what they call this Gen Z or whatever they call it, they put you in the friend zone. You know, or whatever. So, you know, they're gonna keep you. To me, I think the friend zone is, and I've seen a lot.
Standby.
Yeah, you right here in my left pocket when I need you. Yeah, that's exactly what I see.
Go wrong, my main guy.
Yeah, you right here in my left pocket or whatever. I don't think that's fair. You know, especially if you
don't think it's fair. You married.
No, if I was single.
No, damn that. If I'm single, man, this is hey, everything's on the table.
But that's what I'm saying. If I was single and you know I like you and you put me in this friend zone or whatever and all that stuff, it's a difference if you met someone and you've been friends and this, that, and if it's the opposite sex, you've been friends, you don't want to tarnish that friendship. I get that. But if I meet you and I put everything on the table and I want to get you and you want to throw me in this friend zone, but then I see you go out with these guys, you know, doing your thing, and you want to then you gonna call me and be like, you know, oh well, he gone so and so. No,
ladies, let me tell you, I have no problem being that.
You be the maintenance man, huh?
It's not so much the maintenance man. This is my thing, and I've learned this about 41, 42. You have to, like I said, take your time. It all, so for me, it always goes back to knowing who you are as an individual.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we have to take time from dating, socializing to find out what and who you truly are.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be honest with you, yeah, I do believe that you have to find yourself before you can make someone else happy.
Yeah.
You got to make yourself happy before you can make anybody else happy. Because if you're not happy on what you come out of or what you're doing or whatever, no one can make you happy. Even I saw something this morning where they got some of the women out here, they think because they come out there and twerk and shake them and, you're going to keep them like that. After a while, you get bored.
Yeah, I
don't care. You could be like sunshine, fine and all that, but after a while,
right?
How they explained it was you become a liability.
Yeah,
versus
an asset.
Right, versus an asset. Men, same thing. They could become a liability. You talk a good game and you come out and do this and do that, and then now y'all moved in and your feet kicked up and you playing PlayStation. Smoking blunts all day, drink, and you become a liability now. No, I don't believe in that. I believe in everybody pull their weight. Some people say happy wife, happy life. No, I don't believe in that. I believe in happy spouse, happy house.
Okay, I'm about to say bored, and you gonna go home? Yeah.
No, I believe in happy spouse, happy house, because in a marriage, the wife is not the only person in the relationship.
Agreed.
Happy spouse, happy house. You do me, I'm gonna do you. Okay. And that's what I believe or whatever. And like I said, there is, my experiences or whatever. There is no perfect relationship. There is no perfect family. There is no perfect father. There is no perfect mother or anything like that. It's about making these mistakes and fixing it and moving on, or trying not to make those mistakes or whatever. Oops, I did that. We can't do that no more. When you start making you keep doing the same thing and you keep bumping your head and you keep doing this and doing that. That's where the problem is. And then that's when one person is doing the same thing and then the other person is doing the same thing, now there's no compromise, because now it's like, I'm not going to do it if you're not going to do it. No, somebody got to yield.
Tug of war.
Yeah, it become a tug of war. And then that's what a lot of people is afraid of. A lot of people are afraid of that. Some people just don't want to do it. I've seen people be like, well, I'm just going to be a gigolo. Now, here's the thing about them being single, man or women, to want to be out there and be loose. And I'm talking about the real ones that are honest about it.
Yeah.
That come out there and say, hey, I might see you today or a couple of days, or I might be seeing someone else. They already showed you who you were.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it. And that's just how I feel. Once again, we got these chimers coming in. Yeah, that's my wife said, you need to give. Kimberly, you might be right, but you need to give too. Well, we had a good show, my friend. We're gonna, call it quits today. We got a lot of sports to watch tonight, and we got to get up early tomorrow morning. So you got any shout outs today or whatever, man?
Yes, of course. Everybody who tuned in to us, who listened to us on Mondays from 5 to 7. We appreciate you. We love you. And without you, there would be no us. The 7 G's, my 5 granddaughters, my mother, my sister, niece, nephews, and everybody who's under the sound of my voice, from the bottom of my heart. I love you, and we'll see you next Monday.
Same here, man. Shout out to God, man, who gives us a chance every day to change what we couldn't change today. We get blessed. We get up in the morning. Whatever we ain't fixed today, we're going to try it again tomorrow. Shout out to my family, my wife, my children, my mom, my brothers, my sisters, to you, the fans coming in, whatever. Shout out to Katrina Wright, another CVS alum, and our very faithful listener, Miss Erica Jackson. Thank you for listening with us. As you see, we had to run the show today by ourselves. Mr. President wasn't here, quiet, quaint, but we miss him. We miss him. Yeah, we miss him. We miss him, man. Miss Press, we know you out there doing your thing or whatever and all that stuff. Hey, man, be safe out there, man. We all love you, man. So we out of here. 1, 2, 3.
It's more than radio.
Because
we podcasting.
We out of here, people. See you later, man. Have a good week.
See y'all next Monday.
Uh-huh.